Hey everyone, SkeelsyShoota here. Welcome to QuadFeed, the 326th best resource for gaming on the internet. I'm here with the lads, as usual, comprising of Benny. Hello, Benny.
Hello, how are you?
Good, mate, you alright? I've
Very
got a
good.
personal shout out for Benny, but I'll do that later.
What, are you going to propose or something?
It's on that level of awesomeness.
Wow. It's been a
Are you gonna
while.
propose
you
or
better.
something?
It's been a while. Don't tell my fiance. She's already engaged.
I'm going to have to get some
propose or
tissues.
something?
Hello, Ron.
Hi.
How you going?
What's up?
Good. And after a couple of week absence, after his whirlwind Paso Doble tour, actually hit Melbourne Airport last week at the wonderful time of actually missed flights and cancelled flights. It was so good that people didn't want to get on their flight. They thought, no, I'm going to stay here in departures and watch Chris do his Paso Doble.
That triple encore was a killer.
It fucked the entire podcast up. You know, you should have said to him, so, look, I'd love to do another encore, but I really do have a podcast I need to get home to. But no, you let the dancing passion took over.
Well, you know, when you're in that moment, it's just time flies.
Don't talk to me about the moment. God. So yeah, like I said, hello, welcome everyone. We are still available on iTunes. I say still, I mean, as if I'd take it off. That'd be silly. So go check that out there. And I suppose we'll kick things off with a topic. I've got some breaking news. You come here, you come to the 326th best resource for gaming on the internet, and you expect some breaking news.
Okay.
We get it first.
We get it first. Or in this case...
Do we get a 200 and what was it?
Well, it was an arbitrary number, but I'm hoping none of these, in true QuadFeed fashion, these stats are completely made up, so I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, Lefty apparently has left Painkiller already.
Oh.
Who's this?
To go solo.
Well, no, he already kind of goes solo.
I thought it was a bit like TLC.
Just T now. It's just L. Yeah. No, it was a video that only went up probably about an hour and a bit ago.
Oh.
So chances are if you're listening to this on iTunes, it's probably about 6 hours ago. If you're listening to this on YouTube, it's probably happened about a week and a half ago. No one's fucking talking about it. But apparently there was some sort of issue with the whole profit sharing side of things. Woody's done a video on it, and obviously I'm not going to paraphrase too much, but yeah, apparently there was some income revenue splitting issues that Lefty kind of took issue with, in spite of, you know, everything being all above board and split evenly three ways and all that. And rather than being a sort of a three-way partner, he wanted to become a paid, I think he used the term paid contractor. So
a consultant.
Well, not so much that, but I think it was more to limit his liability should something go pear-shaped down the track. So I think the analogy that Woody sort of used was if for whatever reason, you know, some half-wit decided to believe one of the stats on that they lay down in any of their podcasts, and some person takes that as gospel, and, you know, in the litigious environment of the United States decides to sue or the internet, or the internet in general, it would kind of shield him from any sort of liability, but he'd still get paid. So apparently it sounds like there's a little bit of bad blood there now, because it's kind of like money has got in the way yet again. But they're going to be replacing him with another guest called Merker Durker, which is actually one of the more successful sort of guests that they've had on before. He's quite a funny guy, but I thought it was relevant given that you know, PKA are possibly bowing down to the juggernaut that is the QuadFeed podcast. So
Yeah.
By the way, who's PKA?
oh god,
So you just paid them out and I'm not allowed to? Who the fuck are they?
well, it's the biggest, probably it's the number one podcast on iTunes. Actually, I can't believe I'm doing some sort of cross promotion. Not that I need to. They need to cross promote me.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it could be loosely worded as a gaming podcast. They probably spend about 10% on the podcast doing gaming and stuff, and usually it's all talking shit and kind of what our podcast kind of degrades down to, but in the latter
Calling
half.
hookers.
Calling hookers, calling tranny hookers, crank calls, microphone chat, which I'd love to get into, but doesn't sound
Are
like
we speaking into microphones?
well, as in like the type of microphone that you have, and yeah.
We've done that a little bit.
Guitar Hero microphone?
Well, I mean, on what plane of awesomeness your Guitar Hero exists on, they would kind of dissect it to pieces. But I don't know. I just thought it was relevant. Breaking news and all.
That's crazy. I mean, they're huge. So, but I mean, our podcast will never ever have to worry about money pulling us apart. So
That's it. You can't divide zero.
No, you can't.
So what can I say about that? But in true gaming style, let's maybe have a gaming particular topic before we do a PK and sort of splinter off. Unless Ben wanted to say something.
Well, I was just going to say, it's kind of something similar to that with the whole money sort of thing. There's a little bit of controversy. There's a big YouTube channel which I've mentioned several times because I'm a massive fanboy.
Is this John?
What? No.
John Bain. Total Biscuit?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, you're already ahead of me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, well, there's that. But Yogscast, they got over 7 million subscribers. I watch all their shit like all the time. Obsessed with them. Now, obviously, when they do a game and show a game and play it, blah, 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 everyone rushes out, or a lot of people do. They rush out and buy it because they want to play because they're having fun, blah, 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 all that sort of shit. So they do a lot of marketing. But now there's a bit of controversy because they're changing the way they do their payment scheme for that. So instead of doing kind of like a referral code so they know where those sales have come from because of a certain video, they're now just saying, no, when we release a video, if your sales skyrocket shortly after that, that's basically because of us. But there's no actual way to...
No metrics.
Yeah, exactly. So Total Biscuits come out and said, they're all friends and everything as well. So he's come out and said, well, yeah, that's good and everything, but that's actually not like a real good idea. Like he's a bit skeptical of it. And so am I. Like I don't really understand. I don't know how they can do that.
So they could say, all those Christmas sales was because of us.
Pretty much. Yeah. So they're playing a game at the moment called Space Engineers, which genuinely after I saw them playing it, I felt like buying it. And then I would have been one of those people if this payment plan were to go ahead. Basically, I would have been one of those people that, contributed to that. And then so they're saying, yeah, again, once we release a video, if sales go up, it's because of our video sort of thing. But really, it could have been from anything. How do you measure that sort of thing? So again, people are a little bit cheesed off about that, especially like developers as well, because they're like a massive force sort of thing, because their main channel has 7 million subscribers, but there's also lots of other people as well who have like a few million each as well. So collectively, it's like a shitload of subscribers. So they really reach like a massive audience. So that's pretty interesting. So, that's a similar sort of thing where money is kind of getting in the way of things when, it's gone far from, humble beginnings of friends playing games and talking about it. Now they're,
Well, I mean, I suppose now that we've touched on that topic, I can get to a topic that has sort of come to light in the last few days or so. And for the uninitiated, Ron, you might want to listen.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Just seeing if you're still there. Good. YouTube star, yeah. Ben mentioned it before, Total Biscuit. He's pushing probably 1.7 million subscribers, I think, at last count. A fair bit of stuff has come to light in the last few days about YouTube stars being sort of paid to, what is it, cash for comment kind of thing in that sort of same vein. I'll read it kind of verbatim just so you can get a bit of a broad stroke of it. A renowned YouTube personality whose channel has amassed more than 1.7 million subscribers has pledged to clearly disclose promotional videos in the future. UK Games presenter John Bain, better known as his online handle Total Biscuit, issued the statement amid a sprawling debate on the ethics of YouTube video game shows. So, yeah, basically, I think it came down to maybe like a dozen YouTubers or so that had kind of been, I don't know if outed is the right word, but they admitted.
Well, some of the videos are clearly an ad for the game or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's always denied that he'll do like a paid promotion sort of thing where, you know, because he always says, oh, look at this crazy email I got where someone basically said, oh, here, play this game, we're going to pay you this amount, but this is what we wanted you to say about it. He's always denied that. He's never had like a cash for comment sort of thing. Which is, yeah. So, and what he says like has a lot of weight, even, I mean, you know, 1.7 is like a lot, but, you know, he's always in the news, always, you know, out there sort of thing. So he has like a lot of publicity.
So, I mean, how do you think, I'm tempted to ask, how do you think they've handled it? Because, I mean, the whole, I suppose, ethics involved of cash for comment, especially with a subscriber base that big, do you think there's a portion of those people that would go, okay, well, now how can we kind of believe anything he said, whether or not it's true, whether or not it's, you know, from the pockets of publishers or whatever?
It's a bit hard. It's kind of like we've had a couple of big scandals on the radio here of cash for comment. It's very hard to police. People always slightly tweak the wording of something to just be legal.
I think with radio though, it's a little bit tricky. I mean, the whole John Laws thing from ages ago, the whole cash for comment. I mean, that seemed like it was a bit more obvious. I mean, unless he was to mention a particular, it's like, oh, I was away on the weekend and I just happened to drive past Lander Toyota. Yeah, I thought about buying a brand new Hilux from Lander Toyota. And, you know, all these different, you know, specific
things. It kind of was like that at the end.
Yeah, I mean, how anyone can kind of pass that up as just circumstance rather than a paid promotion. Whereas with video games, it's kind of like, oh, I just happened to see this on Steam, you know, and just thought I'd pick it up because it came to me at a, well, it was on discount or something. The levels of disconnection between a real person picking this up and playing it and enjoying it versus, you know, this has been sent to me for free or whatever. Please make some positive comments on it, and we'll pay you, you know, $5,000 or whatever. It's a bit harder to see how to see that transparency. But apparently now he's going to, you know, clearly disclose promotional videos in the future.
Well, that's good. I hope more do. Because it's a bit like that Twitter thing where people just use their Twitter to advertise stuff just because they've been given money.
I mean, Boogie tried to tackle it about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He had a topic on it, and I think in America it's a little bit different because I think you have to clearly state that it's a paid promotion. Is it Ronku? I think there's something to do with the logo, that if you see that logo, you know it's a paid promotion, because obviously that's one of the caveats to doing a video which involves their content, is having that logo on there, so you know that that's a Ronku promotional video.
See, something like that, that's still good. You can still enjoy it. You don't have to have it clearly put in your face.
Well, there's that, but I mean, if it was a game that you were going to buy anyway, then I've got no issue with it. But if it was a game that you were on the fence about it and you didn't know how much, you know, what this person is saying is quote unquote true. I mean, can you imagine if that came about, you know, as a result of like Aliens Colonial Marines? I mean, you'd be sitting there with a $60 game wishing that you could just eject it from your computer and just take a massive steaming dump on it, because that's essentially what this game was worth.
True, but I don't think many people would just have the one person that they'd listen to. They'd have a couple of people.
I think for most people, you would have your go-to YouTuber who specialised with that sort of stuff. I mean, Ben follows Yogs. I follow Jay. If he's, I mean, I'm relatively pumped for Destiny. I know next to nothing about it, and the world seems to be losing its collective mind over the beta that's happening at the moment. Yeah.
So I guess you guys didn't get a beta key?
Well, I don't have a PS4.
None of us do.
I thought you were getting PS4s just for that.
Well, no, I'll be getting the white PS4 in September.
Oh, but that's after it comes out.
Yeah. But the open beta's open now, so anyone with a PS4 can do it.
23rd, I think, for Xbox One. So we only get it for like 4 days. So
What Destiny's coming to Xbox One as well?
Yeah. It's not an exclusive.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I thought it was a PlayStation 4 exclusive.
No, it's a timed exclusive.
Oh.
And I think there might be exclusive content on the PS4 that you won't be able to get on the Xbox One. But as for...
Yeah, that's a bit up in the air because people have gone a bit crazy over that.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, well, it's definitely coming to PC then.
Well, you'd like to think so. I mean, they haven't shut the door on it completely, apparently.
Yeah.
But they're
I'll believe it when Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out.
Well, that's
it is coming. It's
supposedly
confirmed. Yeah. You can pre-order it now.
Yeah. I think that's early in the next... It's either September or October. I can't remember. I read something about it the other day. Another one of those, stupid Amazon or... might have been Amazon again. The main culprits behind these dodgy leaks.
Yeah.
I think they put a release date up there somewhere. But
they release things with fake pictures all the time.
But I mean, historically, they've tended to be fairly accurate.
Oh, yeah. I just meant if it was going to be a disaster, like the port disaster for GT4, where the controls were just ridiculous for keyboard.
Oh, right.
It was a bit hastily put together, I think.
Well, I think, knowing that they've got a track record to uphold with this, I mean, they hopefully... I mean, this is all done with the most positive mindset in the world, but hopefully they'll be able to make things rad. Yeah. All right, new topic, maybe?
Has anyone been watching the International, a.k.a. the $10 million Dota 2 tournament?
No.
I have not. Educate me.
Oh, no, I was just wondering if any of you...
I want to. It's just the time differences.
Yeah, the time difference is crazy.
At night when I'm at home and have time to watch it, it's not on.
So apparently they've gone through all of their matches and the semi-finals, and sometime while we're asleep, I think, the grand final is going to be played. So it was over 3 days, I think.
Yeah. It's 3 days, and then beforehand, it's just like the normal, semis and all that sort of shit.
Damn.
Or whatever.
It's looking good because of all the
that
interest.
time they're spending away from their girlfriends. It's amazing.
What girlfriends?
I don't know how they put up with it. I mean, their relationships must be just rock solid.
I'm sure if you came home with $10 million from playing computer games for 3 days.
Oh, they'd be like fucking trying to bash down your door.
Yeah.
No, but it's looking good for more esports games to come out with the success of League of Legends and Dota 2, and it's looking good.
What would you want to see hit the professional circuit?
As a game.
Yeah.
As a sport. What? No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like
flinging playing
more.
cards into an open Sulo bin. I don't know.
Whoa, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, like what game would you reckon would be? It could be one from your back catalogue. You're like, damn it, I'm so good at this game. If I was only to be able to, pop it on the international circuit, I'd be a freaking god. Pay me $1 million a year, and I'll travel the world like half of these LOL players.
I don't know. I think they're all kind of already starting. There'd be the shooting games like Call of Duty and Counter-Strike. Love to see them get a bit more, get more teams and stuff. Possibly the new Doom or Quake, I think. Their multiplayer should be quite good.
Yeah, there's a new Doom. Is it?
Well, like that
Reboot, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a reboot, not a reboot. Make.
Well, at QuakeCon, they had that recently, and they
Yeah,
showed like
people shut their pants about it, didn't they?
well, yeah, and it was just exclusive for people that were there, which is kind of cool in a way. But it was the way they said it, where they're like, "Oh, only our true diehard fans who actually are here at the moment are going to see this video," like as if people in Australia or from all around the world were supposed to fly in for like this 1-day event, or I don't know how long it goes for, but
to watch what 15 minutes of exclusive gameplay
30 seconds or something.
Yeah, something silly, but yeah, I have no. It doesn't bother me as much, but
I really hope one of those diehard fans was smart enough to film it with their camera phone and then slap it up on YouTube.
yeah,
Probably
Sure.
is out there somewhere.
yeah, I'm sure a lot of people tried, but yeah,
Like name something completely different.
And the person, just as they're uploading to YouTube, they just look to the right and they see the glass of water just like shaking because the hordes of people are just like coming up the road with pitchforks and
You've ruined it.
you've ruined it,
You ruined our vacation.
Developer just says, well, I'm not going to release the game anymore because of this person.
It reminds me of a website client that I had that we'd done all the work for them and we'd uploaded all their content, but we apparently, I say apparently in inverted commas because it was the correct content, that because it was in a mystical kind of field, and I'll say nothing more than that. That
client's always right.
because we uploaded the wrong content, apparently the whole website had a negative aura to it, and they cancelled the job.
Did he actually use the words negative aura?
Yep.
Did you fucking punch him straight in the neck after that?
I would have loved to.
Because I would have been
absolutely
like, it's a website, all right? Not measuring our chakras or any of that shit or your chi. It's a fucking website. We replaced the video.
loved to. They are actually quite a well-known TV personality.
Well, they're an idiot too.
In that
Everybody's
field,
capable.
and I will say nothing more than that.
What channel? And what
Moving
TV show?
on. Moving on.
Guy or girl?
Well,
Sydney, Melbourne. Do they have children?
Tasmania.
Wait,
else?
Peyton Manning?
What?
Isn't that like a football player?
Peyton Manning's a quarterback for like, oh God, he's my NFL knowledge.
I don't know any of that. I know that name.
You're going to get
Indianapolis
crucified
Colts?
if you get it wrong.
That's it. Yeah. Straight to YouTube. Peyton Manning. I think he's Indianapolis Colts. I think.
That's taken away from the real issue here. So who's that person?
I'm not saying.
What's the website?
Well, funnily enough, the site that they got redone didn't look nearly as good as what mine did. So suck on that.
Good.
Wow.
Suck on my negative aura. My moon is rising. Yeah. Yeah. So what's that prize pool up to now? Is it what 10 million plus? Is it?
Yeah, it's almost 11 million.
But like the winner doesn't get that. That's total prize pool, isn't it?
Yes, it's split, so they definitely still get like a shit.
They still get a lot. I think somebody said second place can only get up to 1 million or something.
I love how there's an only in there.
I don't get out
You
of
only
bed
get a
for less than
million,
a
and
mil.
you didn't even win.
Yeah.
But with it comes the fringe benefits of, all you can eat Hot Pockets and
Sweet.
Ah, can you imagine?
girls actually talking to you for once.
No way.
I'm not going to reinforce that stereotype. That's silly of me. That's silly.
No, we can actually test that stereotype out when Spawn Point opens.
Yeah.
That'd
Just
be
be like,
great
I don't know
social
if you saw me, but I pwned so many noobs.
We would just have to just try it out. Like I would just be filming people.
That said, though, I mean, I went to a custom printing factory on Thursday as a designer creative outing, and they
A field trip.
Yeah, pretty much. It was called the Distillery in Darlinghurst, and they do letterpress. So I'm thinking when that time comes that Spawn Point go, right, you're all clear to do some advertising, could get some quite nice
Tit shots.
beer coasters there,
Oh,
and sort of pass those around. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that
I'll
will
just go in and replace all of their coasters with coasters that say QuadFeed. It's a good idea.
Well, no, that's essentially what I suggested to them. They were doing like on-screen advertising, and I didn't know whether I extended to beer coasters, but I mean, I'm more than happy to suggest that, because they might have to put the beer manufacturers' coasters down, as part of their supply contract. I don't know. All I'm saying is I'm thinking outside the QuadFeed box.
hey, I just want to see if guys are competent at the pub, if they're like I don't know, like what's a way to describe the the negative stereotype of like gamers and seeing them in a pub situation.
Well, I mean, you could probably measure it by, if you were to hire hot barmaids, try and figure out the ratio of people at the bar looking at the hot barmaids.
Would any of them actually approach the bar,
That's
or would
it,
they
yeah.
be standing on the opposite side of the room?
I can't
really
figure
want
out
beer,
why.
but she's really, really pretty.
I can't figure out why beer sales are down, and yet our power bill for these consoles that we've got set up are absolutely astronomical.
Hey, I want to see what happens there, actually. Like, if you know how I think we were speaking to one of our other guests who mentioned, I think it was from Queensland, right?
Yeah.
They both
A couple episodes ago, something like that.
Chris.
Sorry, I forgot your name, guy, but he said that up in Queensland...
Student of the game, Ron here. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you know me. But how all the, like, nobody was selling alcohol, like, because everyone would just go there to play. And that eventually led to the downfall of the pub. It might have been actually the Melbourne one.
Well,
that
the
they were
Manor
referring
Bar.
to.
Oh, yeah, the Melbourne
Yeah,
one
yeah.
disappeared.
Like, people just went in there, they just played, but they didn't drink. So it was kind of useless. And then they closed up real quick. I don't want that to happen here.
Yeah.
So they better hire hot barmaids. They have to.
Maybe they'll just have to cosplay them just to, make sure that... Can I get a photo of you? Oh, and Tui's extra dry, please. Cheers. When does that open? That's got to be soon.
Yeah, it's August.
Might be August.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like next month.
I'll have to touch base with that guy again. Yeah, watch this space. So, Xbox Entertainment Studios has closed down. 18,000 employees. Gone.
Fuck.
It's not a very good year for gaming businesses.
It sucks, man.
Neversoft a couple of weeks ago went out.
Neversoft, yeah. Did they get bought out, though, by ID?
No, they got cancelled.
Oh, okay.
No more Tony Hawk games.
Did you hear that? That was a collective groan. Yeah. But apparently won't affect the Halo TV series, Halo Nightfall, which I think is aligned with the Master Chief Collection. So that's coming out soon anyway.
Awesome.
Or the Quantum Break TV series.
But wait, there is actually a chance that Quantum Break will happen still.
Yeah, I think that's on track.
think it's
I mean, I haven't heard anything about it for a while now, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, like Chris was saying, it was like, holy shit, that must be, the fifth or sixth major business unit, or major sort of component of a developer to kind of go bye-bye in the last year. We're only halfway through.
Considering from our early experiences, Neversoft was one of the top manufacturers in its day.
Yeah. Yeah, I could still remember that whole 8-bit eyeball looking at me.
The eyeball.
Moving around.
A nail going through.
It's kind of freaky. Yeah, I mean, even with Crytek and its recent kind of shitty history of not paying people, I mean...
Yeah, that's a bit strange.
That's kind of... I mean, it's a shame that you weren't here last week, Chris, that Rise 2 is probably going to be shelved completely.
Looks like it's gone.
Gonzo.
Hopefully someone will pick it up, but it'll probably be in 10 years like all the others.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued by this whole Halo TV series. I mean, that's not due out until late next year. But Nightfall is what's going to be aligned with the Master Chief Collection. So I don't know if that's like episodic content or whatever's happening there. But
Have they said much about what the story's going to be like for the Halo?
no. Well, the Halo TV I think might be, I suppose, a story arc of Guardians. Don't quote me on that. Again, QuadFeed facts. Trust them as at your peril.
Citation needed.
It's not going to be a bit like Red vs. Blue.
Well, who knows, man? I don't even know. Don't even know. I mean, it was kind of the first time I'd actually heard of Nightfall. I only thought there was the TV series that was kind of in production, as well as, well, obviously Quantum Break, because then 50% of that game is kind of hinging on the TV content. But Nightfall, yeah, don't know. Do not know.
But is it going to be available everywhere, or will poor old Australia miss out on this TV series?
Don't know, man. It might be a case of, having to mask your IP or something and try and get some American content, or if it's going to be a Twitch special. I think people should be embracing Twitch more.
But I wish just more. I don't have an iPhone app, but there's there's Chromecast as well, Western Digital, all those media players as well. None of them have an app for it, and like I've done Googling to try and find out how to get it on there, and there's all like these forums and threads and that sort of stuff where people are asking, saying, when's it coming? How do I do it? Why aren't you releasing it? And it's just like hasn't come yet. I don't know how hard it is to do. I guess there's maybe like a licensing thing. I don't know, but yeah, I'm really surprised that it's not in more places other than a website or a phone app. That's it.
We were talking, just this week, weren't we, about the potential to stream this podcast on Twitch.
Yeah, on Twitch, yeah.
And again, it comes back down to that old chestnut of whether or not our collective upspeed is good enough to stream it. I mean, the whole reason why we moved to Skype and recording off Skype is that the quality is actually a bit better. So any sort of step backward would just be a massive pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll do a test recording at one stage just to see how long it might mean reducing the show's length a little bit, just to get the best out of an hour's worth of streaming or whatever. But yeah, it's worth investigating. But yeah, I mean, people should be getting behind Twitch now that it's got some serious backing to it.
Well, Fred Durst is on Twitch now.
Yeah, I saw that. He was streaming the other day.
What was he playing?
Ghosts, I think.
Ghosts. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's playing Call of Duty.
I saw a tweet saying it was the best of times, it was the Durst of times. I don't think he's all that good. I think he was just like getting his ass handed to him.
Oh.
Yeah. All that money, all that fame, and he still can't rock like a 1KD or something. Come at me, Fred. Come at me.
Well, speaking of Call of Duty, the ex-dictator Manuel Noriega is suing Activision because they portrayed him in the game.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Same as Lindsay Lohan allegedly being in Grand Theft Auto 5, and she's suing Rockstar as well.
So Ron could sue for his likeness in Grand Theft Auto 5.
What? Because
every Mexican gang lord.
Yeah, well, who?
Well, I'm sitting on a fucking gold mine then, aren't I? Those racist cunts.
No, which one was that crazy character?
Trevor.
Yeah, that's my dad.
Yeah, Ben's dad is
each other
Trevor.
so much.
Oh, I only wish we could show that footage.
Yeah, Trevor's a lot calmer.
Trevor's not as homicidal.
He's a lot nicer too.
Yeah, I don't know how that's
going to... Sweet spot in the fucking game. I was like, oh, what is this? He's fallen for, was it like the gangster's wife in GTA 5? Yeah. He's like, what is that shit? Come on.
And then when his mum comes back as well, he's all like, oh, yes, I'll do this, I'll do that.
Yeah.
So,
like, great character development. Right.
I feel
But
like
yeah, I'll be
playing
the
that
next to Sir, definitely. You know it.
Yeah, I don't know. How hard up for money are ex-dictators to the point where they go, you know what? I'm gonna sue
Yeah.
a publisher for a game that's nearly 2 years old. I think he just because if if Ghost sold more copies, then he'd probably be going for suing Activision.
I've got a, like, what country was he the dictator of?
Panama? All right.
Yeah, Panama.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, he's only suing now because they just got that game.
Just got the game. Yeah, that's
Like,
what
it's brand spanking new. They're like, oh, hey, Call of Duty, new one. Let's play. Oh, that's you. Hey, you look like you act like you. Are you Sue Rockstar? That's my best Panamanian accent. Panamanian? Aluminum.
I didn't realize he was from Iraq, though.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fucking whatever. But
They're going to be so disappointed when...
He's some sort of some Arabian dude. What?
Yeah. Wait till Ghosts drops. So,
which he'll sue in another couple of years.
yeah,
once they
he'll be
get
so
it.
upset again.
Or maybe we can preempt that by saying Ghosts is an amazing game and in no way shit in any way, shape or form. So all my Panamanians listeners, of which I'm sure there are thousands of them, yeah, go out buy Ghosts. It's great. It's a great game. You will not be disappointed. Oh, and go out and buy Aliens Colonial Marines as well. Fantastic game. Fantastic game.
Not cash for comment.
Not cash for comment. Oh, here is my laundry has been done. Oh, put that down there next to the big bag with the S on it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out for him. I haven't heard an update on the whole Lohan situation and whether or not she's getting any traction on things, but yeah, guess he's hard up for that dictator money. Obviously not paying them bills. Yeah. What else is there? Chris, something for you, mate.
Yes.
I watched 24 minutes, count them, 24, of
The new 24?
Of the new 24. Yeah, it was great. No, Rainbow Six Siege.
Yes.
Saw 24 minutes. I literally just finished watching it before the podcast started.
And you're a fan now? You
Well, it was hard to kind of get a grasp on at the reveal. I think it's going to attract a very specific demographic of failed policemen
Oh, big time.
who, can see themselves in the black sort of SWAT gear or TOU or SOG, depending on what realm of the world you're from, and just storming buildings and breaching and drone investigation. And I did like the look of it, though. I don't know whether or not tactically I've got the brains for it. or whether or
Yeah,
not
it's a bit hard.
I would just be that person going full rush mode and
Yeah.
storming the building with a shotgun.
It's a bit like Payday, where
yeah.
everyone agrees to do something at the start and then somebody just fires off a shot into a civilian
Yeah.
10 seconds in.
I've just killed someone. I think it's a bad guy. Nope, that's the hostage. Sorry. Mission's over.
There's someone moving.
I don't know why she's wearing a polo shirt for. Yeah. I think, the guys that I was watching, it was pretty much these two trestle tables and they were obviously on a LAN or something. And it all sounded very serious and lots of back patting and one guy saying, okay, I need you to, check ground level. Okay, getting a drone in there. Okay, he's reinforcing windows, reinforcing doors. Okay, go full breach. Let's go death from above. I'm like, holy fuck, dude. At what point in time are you starting to have fun? Like, if the tactics side of things is like for SWAT teams in training, I don't know. Tactically, I'm not sure I would have the willpower for it. Not willpower. What's the knowledge of it? I'm tempted to show my brother and say, what do you make of this? But
He'd probably say it's all rubbish.
yeah, he would. I guarantee it.
They should have used a sheep bend, not a clove hitch or whatever it was.
Yeah. It's like, I'm surprised that guy lived going through that room breach.
It's interesting because it's multiplayer this time. When it was just with you and the bots, the plan was kind of essential
Okay.
because you had to tell the your computer teammates what to do. Mm-hmm. But I think now it's just going to be absolute chaos. Best laid plans all comes down to the 10-year-old who's playing on your side if they decide to go rogue.
Running there like Channing Tatum, just, what's up? That poor bastard just laying on underneath his piano, hoping not to get shot, and you just walked in there with a C4, just thrown it like a fucking frisbee.
I thought it was a flashbang.
It was a flashbang, yeah. I screwed up. Sorry, man. Sorry. But yeah, it did look enjoyable. And I think it would be, if you didn't take it too seriously, it's a game that all four of us could kind of hook into and have a bit of a laugh.
It's going to be a good multiplayer game.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to turn out a bit like Payday.
Yeah.
Where it's going to be very, very hard with randoms.
You guys seen much of it other than, I suppose, the reveal? And if you haven't seen that footage, like, what did you make of it?
Ben?
Sorry?
Awesome.
No, I didn't know you were talking to me. Sorry.
I said you guys.
I was going to say, Ben, you go first. Okay, I'll go first. Ben,
Oh.
are you there? Or are you
Yeah, I'm here.
okay?
Go.
Travesty this is.
No, I've only seen the reveal, and I was just like, yeah, cool. But like, all it did was bring back memories of playing the original Rainbow Six and being really, really pissed off because even if you get shot from somebody behind you, you don't see them, you just die, and you got to start right from the top. Everything's got to be perfect and meticulous,
Yeah.
which really kicks up how hard the game is, as far as I remember, and also kind of made me think, I wonder how this is going to be and how is it going to have like the, you get shot once, boom, you're dead. Do you jump to the next member or do you like regenerate? Like you regenerate health in this, don't you?
Oh, yeah, you got like a medic, I think. You
Oh,
can get,
right. Well, there you go. It's
The
like,
footage I saw, I mean, it was kind of very true to life in that, if you get hit by 3 bullets, chances are you're not going to go, ooh, that's smart. I'm going to just duck behind this column and, try and compose myself before trying to do that again,
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
very much, he didn't even have the time to turn around because he's bleeding from a wound that, is shooting out of his neck. So, I can see a few people playing who, say like Call of Duty players who would play nothing but Search and Destroy or something equally as tactical.
yeah.
I can see them digging it, yeah.
Because I mean, I that's a game mode I don't play in Call of Duty. So,
Oh, you didn't play it?
no, it's never been a mode that really interested me.
So out of Call of Duty, what were your favorite modes?
I play a lot of domination. You kind of cut your teeth on TDM, and then I suppose if you haven't played in a while, you might jump into a bit of free for all just to kind of get your eye in. But I like some of the other games as well, like gun games, and I think I sent a tweet about it the other day and saying that this was Ghost was the only was the Call of Duty where my sort of progression of getting better actually stopped because of the shitty map design and the limited health as well, because it feels like you just get insta creamed. Which sounds like it's a good training op for Rainbow Six. So I mean, who knows? Might pick it up, might not. It'd be one of those games I'd need to play at PAX or I'd need to play at a EB Expo just to see extended playtime, whether or not I'd enjoy it or not, or whether or not I just
I think
$60
it's
up a wall.
1 or 2 goes isn't really going to be enough for a game like that. I think you need to get like a demo or something.
Well, I mean, we liked Ghost when we originally played it, didn't we?
Yeah.
At EB.
Yeah. So, we got that one play.
You can go in there with the full intention of liking it, but then plans change, man. Plans change. Who wants to give me a topic?
Well, Ben's paying a piss load of attention, so
Wow,
let's head
this
over to
is
Benny.
amazing.
What?
Have you guys heard about
Jesus.
that movie Pixels with Adam Sandler? And,
Is that the
Yeah,
one that's got Peter Dinklage in it as well?
yeah.
That's right, yeah.
He was rocking a mullet in the picture I saw.
Yeah, a big mullet.
I know next to nothing about it though, so give me a premise.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it at all.
It's kind of like, did you guys ever see that Futurama episode, The What If Machine, where
Yeah.
the
They got a couple of those, don't they?
computer game characters started attacking the Earth?
Yeah.
Educated.
That's right. What if
This is kinda like
a
that.
video game?
This is kind of like that. So aliens picked up on the transmissions from Earth and thought that the video games were declarations of war or something. So then they trained up on how to fight like that. And then they come to Earth, and Earth needs to get their champions, which just happens to be Peter Dinklage and his mullet, and Adam Sandler of the video games from the 80s. And then it's just, I guess, a montage of 80s games and Fresca Cola.
So when's that due out?
I have no
Fucking
idea.
hell.
I was like, wait, is there more? Like, is that where it ends? Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, when's it coming out? Ben, you know what I was like, wait, no, there's no more exposition? Okay.
Right, we'll leave that there then. Awesome.
Wait, when's it coming out? Does it have a date yet?
Probably not. I haven't heard of a date, but
Yeah, fair enough.
it's probably
Yeah.
2015.
Oh, okay. I suppose.
In the spirit of making us wait for things we actually want to see. Yeah, 2015.
Yeah.
I can see all of Adam Sandler's movies lately. Like, can you name one that the last one you saw that you're like, oh, that wasn't bad? Because the last one I saw of his that I thought wasn't bad was Funny People, because it was a lot more serious and it wasn't just like, oh, it's stupid.
Which
Adam
one was
that?
Sandler
It had Eric
fucking,
Bana in it.
slapstick jokes. So I didn't mind that one. But do you guys remember any that were good? Apart from like old school, like Billy Madison and what was that other one he had? The golfing one, Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. I think it's fair to say his last like 5 movies have been absolute horseshit.
Yeah.
Like really bad, not just bad.
Like biblically bad.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Well, that one that's out right now, that, what is it called?
Pixels?
Crushed or something, or Cranked, or
Oh,
Blended. Yeah.
Blended.
yeah, right.
It's
Yeah,
like,
looked
let's
like-
try and recreate the magic from, 50 First Dates and all that.
Yeah,
And
that looked
apparently it's
fucking
just a
shit.
shite movie.
Did you watch it? Don't tell me you watched it.
No, I didn't. And that's it. In true Skillsy style, I have come at this with little knowledge, and I'm just quite
Personal
happy.
opinions galore.
You know,
I'm just happy to
right
take
now.
on someone else's opinion of it and say it's absolute bullshit.
I'll write it down right now. I'll actually watch the movie, and next week I'll tell you, what I thought. And by the way, I'm looking into the future right now, and like one of you's just going to be like, "Oh, right. By the way, Ron, you watched Blended. What did you think?" Yeah, it was shit. And then boom, we move on.
And then it'll be me asking for a next topic because you can't expand on it was shit.
There is nothing else. Like, you can shape the shit into like, I don't know, a great sculpture, but it's still shit.
It's still shit. Can't pull
Oh,
it.
well, to drag it out, you've got to remember how many characters that are always in his movies pop up in this movie.
Oh yeah. I do want to see if Rob
Schneider's going to earn his
if the
account.
sailor comes back.
For his comment, "You can do it."
You can do it.
Did he say that in more than one movie, or was that just?
Oh, that's his thing.
Yeah, it was Rob Schneider, and then
what-
Adam
is he-
Sandler said it in Rob Schneider movies.
Oh right.
But there was 2 or 3, I think.
Because I know he says in the Waterboy, right?
Yeah.
Waterboy
That's where it started,
came
yeah.
from.
That's
yeah.
where it started.
And then there was probably another one in the one where he's the billionaire.
Mr. Dates.
Is that what it's called?
Oh no.
Black
Yeah.
Sheep. Oh, not Black Sheep. Happy Gilmore.
No,
Yeah, I think it's in
he's a
Happy
billionaire, not the golfer.
Oh, Mr. Deeds.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Bender said
And-
that. But anyway.
I'm pretty sure Rob Schneider says it in that as well, but I just remember it from the Waterboy, and that wasn't a bad movie. That was funny.
You probably would have done it in...
Adam Sandler says it to Rob Schneider in The Animal.
Yeah, The Animal.
Rob Schneider is the carrot.
Deeply. Yeah, that's just fucking ridiculously.
Well, there was that movie where he had to go through school.
That's
Billy Madison.
Billy
Yeah,
Madison.
Billy Madison.
I'm pretty sure it was in Billy Madison as well.
that one. That one's good.
Wasn't
But,
he like a greenskeeper or something in the family estate?
It's
Fun
too
fact,
hard
I
for
think that was
language to
Pete
just be
Sampras's wife as
wow.
well. There you
oh yeah, the main girl. And she was also Sonya Blade in the Mortal Kombat movies.
go. Oh yeah.
But
I'm gonna have
yeah,
to
I
watch
don't
that
remember.
movie
I
again
don't-
now.
I should. Fuck.
Speaking of Mortal Kombat, I read something today that the creator hasn't thrown out possibility of like DLC, not so much DLC, but like guest characters coming in.
That's
from
right,
time to
yeah.
time.
Awesome.
I don't know
I
whether
can't
or
wait
not
to see what
it'll
they do, because it's like, you know, what in the DC verse Mortal Kombat, like they've already crossed over, so there's a massive chance that there's going to be like a comic book character, which I think is great. But
Oh.
and also like
Speaking
they've
of
had,
comic characters, did you guys hear that Captain America is black?
yeah, that's
and
right. The
Thor is
Falcon's taken
female.
over.
Yeah, and Thor's female.
Basically, anybody who's seen the Winter Soldier, he's basically the
Falcon.
black character, the character Falcon. He just flies, and he's just really good at fighting. He doesn't have any superpowers or anything. But I mean, that's
I only
America
just watched
anyway,
that
so-
actually. I watched it Friday night. I hadn't seen it. I missed it at the movies, and I thought, well,
it's quite good.
yeah. I mean,
For
there,
like-
there was that whole thing about saying that it could have gone in as the Avengers 2. It was that good. Which I
Yeah,
thought
everybody
pretty-
was surprised with how incredibly good it was. But I had to also tie into the Marvel's Agents of Shield show.
But was that just because it had a lot of Scarlett Johansson in it, in a tight suit?
kind of.
That's an excuse for her to be in anything, especially a porno. Especially a porno.
Note to self: make a porno.
It's Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Yeah, it did feature quite a lot. It was almost like the America and Widow show.
Yeah.
But I wondered about that though, and how like I don't know what the overall story arc would be though if that I suppose if that storyline in the Winter Soldier was something that was in comic book lore. I'm not up to speed on it. I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
it is. It's part of one of
Oh, it is, is it?
America's storylines. They're sticking as close to it as possible, like with Bucky being the Winter Soldier. Oops, spoiler. But yeah, that's all part of it.
So the
Like they're just trying right now with this is still phase 2 of all the Marvel movies. They're going to go into phase 3, where everybody's going to get like their third movies, that kind of shit. But since like Iron Man's one of the most popular, he's ahead, even though that last movie was shit. But like, and it's all going to culminate to Avengers 3. But basically, they're trying to make the Marvel universe as realistic as possible with their individual like characters. You know how like Thor's like from Asgard, and it's kind of all really already far-fetched, and they're all like magic and science are one, and then you have all the aliens from Guardians of the Galaxy, and we've got to tie that into all the grounded stuff like Iron Man and Captain America. So like, and all the storylines are pretty much ripped from the comic books themselves and how they explain all that, and just trying to do all of that. It's basically micromanaging 12 films.
It's a lot of movies.
Yeah, and they can only choose certain storylines. So like, Ultron is going to be the bad guy for the second Avengers movie, and it's not going to be who we saw at the end, which was what's his name? The big bastard. You only see him for like 2 seconds, but
when the bomb goes off.
huh? No, you see him for 2 seconds right at the end. Hold on.
Oh, the red guy.
He's purple.
Oh, purple. Yeah.
Grimace.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Big
Red.
motherfucker. And he's also like Thanos.
Oh,
Thanos
right.
is the name of the bad guy. He's going to be in 3. They've already filmed his parts for Guardians of the Galaxy. So you only see him like in little bits and like as a hologram. So they're just introducing him and trying to like put these ridiculous storylines of aliens and gods and men into one big long story that all ties together. And the comic books do that, but the comic books are way more far-fetched and ridiculous.
Well,
And they're trying to just keep it grounded. No, I love what they're doing so far, so I'm really looking forward to it.
So how many more bit parts do you think Stan Lee's got in?
Yeah, he's already filmed his parts for
There's
the
only
next
so many security guards and janitors that you can play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy as like a playboy, you know? Kind of like how he was when he was like Hugh Hefner.
Oh,
He
Iron
played
Man.
Hugh
Hugh
Hefner, yeah.
You know, Iron Man.
He did have something that I read. He got interviewed today, like not today, like a week ago or something like that, where they asked him, "Hey, have you got any advice for what?" Because that's what DC wants to do with Superman and Batman, right? And bringing in the Justice League together. And he was a bit of a smart ass about it, which is good. He said like, because he just finished filming his part, and then he's like, some advice for them. Maybe I should have a cameo in a DC, in your DC movies. And imagine that. Like, I would actually watch that because he says it straight away. He's like, I think people would pay just to see me do a cameo.
Yeah,
in DC.
just him hidden somewhere in the movie.
Yeah, I don't know, chewing on a sandwich or something.
Have a guess at what you think Stan Lee's net worth is.
Well, a couple billion? I don't know. Because I imagine, like, he's
Billion is
created
a
the
lot.
characters, but like,
Rein that in a bit, and
I say about
I'd say
300
400 million.
Benny?
I said 300 million.
Oh, you said 300? Chris is at 400? Ron?
Yeah.
I reckon at least $1 billion.
200 million.
Oh,
Billion.
the comics
Way
have
off.
not been good to him.
How crazy is that? Like, and he created the characters. I know he didn't create all of them, but like everybody
Yes.
kind of sees him as like the godfather of.
He's had a lot to do with the popular ones.
Yeah. But like that's kind of shitty, don't you reckon? Like if one of the movies makes more than $1 billion, it's true.
Well,
It's the
nothing-
studios, they'll get it. They'll get the cash.
Yeah.
But he wasn't doing anything with it it's only just had like a recent revival in the last decade. Beforehand
true.
it was just comic books, so you got to do something with it. Don't get me wrong, he did a lot with it, he fucking invented it. But I'm just saying, you really need like a studio to start making shit with it.
I think,
still,
it's
Only
true.
200 billion from all of that.
Because he's been in the game for a long time.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like he was one of the
The original.
founding fathers, I suppose. And like, even the actors, they'll get like what? Downey Jr. gets 50 million. Like the others got like a couple million each. And the studios are making like all the money. But they're putting the money back into it and they're the ones like, shipping it around and shopping it around to other like countries and that. So
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of lunches and drinks.
but yeah, it's kind of depressing, but I'm sure he's just like, if you were ever in that position where you created a bunch of characters, 40 years ago, and then now they're getting all like fucking super popular, and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be sitting there kind of going like, well, I want more. I'd be sitting there kind of going like, I'm just happy I made that, created them, and that I've got money coming in.
You'd just be happy that you had money coming in and young chicks knew your name.
Yeah, and I was getting like blowjobs now and then. Be pretty fucking tight. Should it be tight? Tight.
Okay.
Tight.
Yeah. So, well, I was going to say it kind of ties in. No, it doesn't tie in. Movie-wise, it does.
The blowjob part?
No. We were talking about movies prior to that. Let's keep it back on track.
The tight part.
I got through about 15 minutes of Constantine, Ron.
Oh, really? You didn't dig it?
Not
like, I
yet.
suppose-
It's not
I suppose
grabbing me.
since he's not a very popular character, well, he's popular, but he's like not Batman popular. You know what I mean?
No, he's not
He's-
super. Nothing super about him.
Hey,
Nothing super
He's a
about
super priest.
yeah, he's not. He's just a
him. He's
like,
extra pedophile then.
huh?
He's a huge pedophile then, you mean?
Really? Oh no, I get it now. Yeah, sorry. I was about to go like, oh shit, well, is this like one of his new issues, like where he suddenly turns into a pedophile? Like, I have not seen that. That is fucked up.
The power of Christ compels you to not tell your parents about what we're about to do.
Yeah, well, that would be freaky.
Be gone, underpants. Be gone.
It was just, yeah, no, I like him, and I like his character, and I'm just stoked that he's got his own show. I don't know how long it'll last, but I'm like, now that we've finally seen like a true representation of him,
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
You weren't happy with Keanu Reeves?
No, that was horrible. They did what they could, but then it's kind of like seeing Deadpool in that last Wolverine.
Oh yeah, that was
first Wolverine.
disappointing.
The first
It's
one.
like you took
So much
everything about it.
potential.
Yeah, you almost took everything about him that makes him who he is. Like Deadpool's the merc with a mouth. He doesn't have swords coming out of his hands, but he heals up quick, and he's a smartass. Then you got
And he's crazy.
Okay, what's he doing in LA? Why is he played by Keanu fucking Reeves? And the black hair and the trench coat, like that's all you got to change. You can just say he's there on holiday. Fuck it, I'll roll with that. And why is he not English? But they got the smoking down. But like the show, that's who I envision when you like read the comics. And
Okay.
I'm glad to see that. But yeah. Well, which part did you lose interest in?
I don't know. It was, I don't know whether I was doing stuff at the time that I was kind of distracted. I was watching it and I'm like, okay, it hasn't really grabbed me yet. And if I turn it off now, you know, there just didn't feel like there was too many compelling reasons for me to keep watching.
And that's why they're like replacing the girl.
Well, yeah, she seemed the most abrasive
She
out of
didn't have
all of
enough
them. It was like,
boobs.
God, you know, every line kind of felt kind of forced and
Yeah, there were
Wasn't
parts
acted
where
correctly.
I felt like they were explaining too much. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, you said that before. That's all you need. You only need to explain it once, and then you've quenched like my thirst so far for storytelling wise, you know. And then when they meet up again, he explains it again.
look, I'm
And
not
it's-
spoiling anything by saying, you know, stuff that's revealed in the first episode, but it's kind of like, oh, by the way, I was friends with your dad. Yeah, he told me to give you this.
Yeah.
Like, no questions asked, no nothing like that. It's like,
Yeah, that's true.
I would want a bit more of a backstory.
I'm actually surprised. that
Backstory
wasn't-
like Christopher Walken in
oh, in Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. So I held this watch up my ass. That would have been great. But I know what you mean there, actually. But
It was just kind of like, you know, after a very uneventful life, now all of a sudden I'm being attacked by demons, and this guy's just showing up. Says he knows my dad. Hey, mum, has my dad really died? Oh, well, let's not talk about that. Blah blah blah.
yeah,
blah.
yeah, that part was like,
It was
when,
kinda
hold
like,
on,
fuck.
I want to know who the dad is, but I suppose for a pilot, they even though they've already kicked her, for a pilot, you got to leave some questions like
Unanswered.
unanswered. Like even with Green Arrow, I never read the comics. I just was never interested in any comic book character that used a fucking arrow.
I was just about to say the same thing because essentially
Yeah.
that's why I compared it to. It's like after the first episode of Arrow, I wasn't hooked, but I could gladly watch another episode of it if one was made available to me. And then it
Yeah.
did have, you know, its sort of knock-on effects where I would be, you know, checking the torrents for stuff on Tuesday mornings or whenever the torrents would be airing in the States for specific shows that, you know, I would wait for. And for this, at least not yet, I'm not entirely convinced.
Speaking of
That's fair enough.
Arrow,
Yeah.
Oh,
I just recently started watching it after Gav was mentioning it.
It's
Did
actually
you
a good
notice that the theory of shooting down a commercial liner with a Russian-made rocket was in the last couple of episodes?
Oh, that's a little awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I was just
Dude,
watching it
wow.
today, and I was like, wow, they fully went into explaining how to do it with the
Like
pretty
a
much the same missile launcher that was used.
A book missile?
Yeah.
Damn. That's some next level conspiracy theory there, Chris.
I think the person who organised this is a bit of a fan of the Green Arrow.
Jeez. Maybe it was the Green Arrow.
Maybe.
As a result of not having his TV. No, has on. No. Maybe he didn't like the time slot. Yeah. But yeah, I guess, I mean, did we ever get a date for when some of these other shows like The Flash and Gotham were going to be aired? I think that's a 2015 thing.
The Flash is pretty much confirmed. I think there's websites, but no release date yet.
Okay.
And that's supposed to tie
that
in
got leaked
with
too.
the Arrow as well.
Yeah. I've already watched the Flash pilot.
Yeah.
We talked about this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten around to it. I was never a fan of the Flash.
I think you'll like that more than you will Constantine, purely because it kind of follows a more, I suppose, a more established Arrow kind of format.
Well, like I would only disagree because I don't like the Flash.
Yeah.
That's literally it. I'm a massive fan of Constantine. Oh, Hellblazer anyway, how it should be called. But I love his character. Just love his character. Then also the original series kind of threw me off when I wanted to get into it, and I'm like,
Jeez.
but I did like it back then.
Wow.
It was the thing everybody was watching. But no, I'm definitely willing to give it a crack. I mean, it's TV, and like it took me a long time to get into Arrow because I never knew much about the character. And like when I've watched the first episode, they mentioned the island, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And then I was aware of Deathstroke, so I'm like, oh, cool. I'm only watching
I actually like that
Deathstroke
one. I like that tie-in.
And I just don't like the idea of Hawkeye and Green Arrow. I'm like, oh, they're great with arrows. No, that's stupid. That's just stupid.
Stupid.
People with cooler powers in the same universe, and I'd rather see them. But Arrow actually hooked me. I actually enjoyed it. And the girls in it are pretty hot. Bone his sister, bone his ex-girlfriend. I like bone the mother.
Playing that MILF card. Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's surprising. I mean, Flash, I mean, I don't know whether or not it's going to have the same impact as what Arrow did. I don't know. At the end of the day, he's still just a weedy, fast kid. But
yeah, the promo I saw with them hyping up the Flash was Arrow's like Oliver Queen, I don't know what you want to call him. The Arrow's out there, or Green Arrow. He's out there on a field and he's shooting arrows into a target. And you hear like a rumble, and then out comes the Flash from like, the next town over. You just see is like that blur of him run up, and then he catches the arrow.
yeah.
And you just hear Oliver Queen go, show off, and then it cuts. And I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of the whole fast people thingy, like characters coming up, like, Quicksilver. We're now going to see Quicksilver in 2 fucking
I'd
movies.
like to see the Juggernaut get his own stuff.
Yeah, I want to see like an actual Juggernaut, not that
Vinnie Jones.
Vinnie Jones.
inspired bullshit from that third X-Men movie. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I'm a Juggernaut, bitch. Oh, fuck off.
They just did that because of the internet.
Yeah, just because the meme. I'm like, fuck, they actually put that in? That's stupid.
He's an ex-soccer player, dude, and even then he didn't have any brains when he was a soccer player. So
Yeah.
they kind of, at least they kept the continuity of a brainless idiot.
I do
But
love...
he's not really brainless. He's Charles Xavier's half brother.
Yeah, I thought, was it Magneto's
Juggernaut.
brother or was it Xavier?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right. It might be Xavier's, yeah. And he's not technically a mutant. He's something else, like way stronger.
Yeah, he's magic or something.
Yeah, it's
He's
just...
magic.
You can't stop it.
Because
There's some...
magic.
Curse magic.
I
Yeah, I
forget.
did-
It's something along the lines of he was a bit of an Indiana Jones character, and he stole a ruby, and it
That's
imbued him with this spirit.
Spirit of Vinnie Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the
playing
fabled,
Juggernaut.
the fabled Vinnie amulet that. Yeah.
I did love
put
his
it on.
character in not Lockstock. What was the one after Lockstock?
Mean Machine? Oh,
Snatch.
Snatch. Yeah, just his
Bonjour.
Desert Eagle speech.
Bonjour.
Yeah,
Fucking best thing ever.
that was a great speech.
When
When
you either
your
have
gun says
big men's
replica.
balls or tiny little wincy pussy balls, and then shoots through the pull up your socks and boom starts shooting and
Boris.
hey
Pull up your socks. Yeah.
yeah
Boris comes through. It's like, fucking hell, Boris.
Why do they call him the bullet dodger?
Because he dodges bullets.
Bullet.
Boris. Yeah.
What the fuck is he going to get away from? Just get away, brother.
You done a rally course, haven't you, Tyrone? Of course I have.
Speaking of what's coming up, I mean, it seems like the last couple of podcasts have been pretty thin on terms of actual news or releases or kind of
I
reviews.
suppose this is like the
It's the calm before the storm.
yeah, like the little drought, because that's the thing, once everything comes out we're not going to have enough time to get through everything. I mean, I actually remember seeing a video, because I'm really still looking forward to No Man's Sky, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the creators was trying to explain what it is, because they still haven't described it like as in a genre, because it's like a shooter, then you can be a bounty hunter, and it's like, all right, what about the story? The guy just wants to know what's the story about, and he's like, when you start off in one part of the universe and then you start exploring.
Looks like Star Fox, but with better graphics.
It does.
Barrel.
Barrel. You a barrel. Shut up. Shut up. Hope that's getting a reboot, isn't it?
Star Fox?
Yeah.
I don't know where I would have seen the mention of it, but yeah, I'm thinking that
I hope it does.
my brain brought it up because I saw it subconsciously somewhere. Probably is. I don't know.
Hope so. Just gonna search for it. Yeah. Yep. I'm confirming it. Yes, there
On a
is.
porn
There is.
site.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
I wish I could come up with like a mad like Star Fox porno reference, but
Star Fox, yes.
wow, you got one in a second.
Star Fox 69. Yeah. So we've got Destiny in September. I don't think anything for the month of August. We're nearly at the end of
Diablo 3 expansion comes to consoles.
meh. So much meh. October sees Alien I was going to say Alien Installation. Alien Isolation.
Alien installation. You're actually playing in that universe, and all you got to do is install like
An alien.
piss loads of like new software, updating the whole like Space Hulk's like systems.
I was going to say,
And
I was going to
absolutely
go
nothing
one
happens.
further and say that the aliens were installed by IKEA, and you just walked around with an Allen key, and that's how you kill them. You just loosen their locking bolts with an Allen key. So that's October. Yeah, Alien Isolation and Evolve. You know, that Evolve it's kind of like got the hype of something like Watch Dogs, but
You don't see it yet?
yeah, well,
To me, it seems, yeah, I when I first saw it, I'm like, that looks cool, but wait, hold on. Are you in tiny little places and then you just it's just a boss battle after boss battle?
well the whole
Like-
thing's a boss battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Okay, that's already kind of bored me.
Yeah.
Serious, I think it's mad co-op.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to be heaps of fun.
Oh, I get the premise, and I see the appeal, but I'm just wondering whether or not with a whole swathe of Rainbow Six, when that comes out, I mean that's co-op for a common goal. You've got Evolve as well, Alien Isolation, I suppose to a degree. I mean that's just you though, isn't it? It's not co-op or anything.
No.
Isolation would be good as a co-op. Come to think of it, get the headsets on so they
Yeah.
communicate.
If there was like certain scenarios you have to get past where like someone distracts while the other person sets up like a trap or whatever,
Yeah.
that could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can see it like, you're basically deafening each other because it's like, he's here. So, wait.
I can hear something.
Like,
Stop screaming and
That's
use your
so
words.
yeah.
Use your words. I can't. It's taking my face off.
and then their mic could turn off too, and then basically you got to get out the situation yourself, but you can't contact your partner anymore.
Yeah.
These are all dynamite ideas. Fuck. Get
with
us on.
Evolve, isn't it 5 players and one person is the enemy?
That's right. Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Evolved,
So that's a new twist. That makes it a bit more exciting, I think, because you never know what the enemy's going to do. It could be this guy who's got all the hacks.
Well, I mean, I'll probably pick it up on a console, but I don't know. COD, Halo, Master Chief Collection, and Far Cry 4 in November.
Yay.
Yeah. Amazing. I'm actually getting
Never
quite
actually
pumped for
played
Call
the
of Duty
Far
though.
Cry games.
Call of Duty is, I've seen enough differentiation between this and Ghosts to kind of get a bit more of a better feel about it. So
I don't know if I'm using this term correctly, but I'm not a basketballer. I guess you could say they've LeBron'd themselves, where they've redeemed themselves. Did he redeem himself? I don't know what's going on.
I don't understand the reference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Long story short is LeBron James, who is a Cleveland native,
Has gone back.
played his college ball. Didn't even go to college. Played his
That's
high
how
school ball.
Michael Jordan got rich playing college ball.
Everybody knows that.
Through ridiculous fate, as it would have it, went to his hometown team, played there for like 6 or 7 seasons. Then free agency came around and pretty much deserted them. The owner wrote an open letter saying how sort of disgusted he was and that we would win a championship before LeBron James would, and LeBron basically won 2 titles in 4 seasons, and now he's back in free agency and he's going back to that team.
Oh.
So a bit of a shirt neck pulling moment for Dan Gilbert, the owner of the Cavs, and sort of had to kind of do a bit of a 180 on that one. But yeah, I think Call of Duty on this one, because it hasn't. Because it's been made by the third part, the studio that has traditionally done the third party sort of stuff, like Sledgehammer Games. They've sort of brought them in for the multiplayer aspect or the campaign. I can't remember which. So this will be their sort of first true test at doing a complete game, because now they're on the whole 3-year development cycle.
Interesting.
Rather than going backwards and forwards between Infinity Ward and Treyarch. So. Yeah, this will be a test. But, I mean, I've seen enough for the time being, and I dare say it probably won't be too far off release by the time I play it at PAX. So,
Cool.
I mean, there won't be too much time for me to form an opinion on that. And I dare say we'll have the reveal before then, maybe at like Tokyo Game Show, I think, which I think that's soon. So many thinkings at the moment, and maybe even Eurogamer before November. So there might be a bunch of occasions where we'll see more. They typically do a multiplayer reveal, so yeah, we'll see more details about that. But yeah, I mean, Halo, we already know what we're going to get with Halo. It's basically a spit and polish, and Far Cry 4. We've seen a fair bit of that at E3, so I think Call of Duty is kind of the last cab off the rank to show us actually what a truly next gen Call of Duty game is going to be like. Because Ghosts was pretty shit, as they say. But yeah, and then 2015, yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Batman, Witcher. Go on, throw some at me. One more 2015 games. The Division.
Division, yeah.
If it ever
Games
comes
one,
out in
I'm really
2015.
I really want to play The Witcher. I'm just psyched
Yeah.
for that. Just
The Witcher
absolutely
is awesome.
psyched.
Yeah, more so just basically because everyone said how good it's going to be and how good the previous ones were, where now it's just like, yeah, I just want to play it now.
Yeah, and also
I
I want to go back to like some kind of fantasy area like that, not like because I'm still like just playing like Watch Dogs and Bully and that kind of stuff. But I want to get back to a fantasy setting where I could truly
we haven't had one for a long time.
I'm still looking at the shortcut on my monitor that says The Witcher 2.
Unplayed.
Haven't played it yet.
Is it loaded?
It is loaded.
Oh, better
Apparently,
than me.
you don't.
My
Yeah,
one's
you
not
don't
loaded.
need to play all the originals to play through the next one.
Oh, okay.
Reintroduce everybody again, which I think is great.
There's a few on here, actually. I can't believe I booted up and started playing Tomb Raider before I did The Witcher.
Oh, Tomb Raider's coming out next year, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What else was there? Battle Block. Haven't played that since I first started playing that.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I said I was going to get the controller, and I finally have. We haven't played it yet. All right, I'm ready to play whenever you want. I haven't played any more.
Is there
And then you
a
guys can
new
play the game.
Red
Boom.
Dead?
End podcast now. Yeah. Dead Space didn't even fire that up. Jesus. So many
number 3 or
shortcuts
the
on my
first one?
screen. Yeah. Sorry, what was that?
What was it? Dead Space 3 or the first one?
I think it was probably the first one. There is no numbers after this at all.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Played 1 and 2. They were good. 3, I was just like, oh, I don't want to play it like when you're in the snow. It just kind of seems dumb.
Well, that goes away after quite soon.
Really? Is it
Yeah.
just as freaky as?
Yeah, like the snow part's not scary, like or freaky or anything like that at all. And then shortly after that, you're in. You come out of like the blizzard, and then you go into like the spaceship, and that's when all shit goes down from there.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Fuck, I hate things jumping out, so I haven't got past that part. Like I did the snow part, I
Jump
was like,
scares.
yeah, I can get into this game. It's gonna be a good game. And then like the first 2 zombies or whatever come out, they're like on fire and shit, and I'm like,
Fuck this, I quit.
I don't want to play anymore.
I have a headache.
The only times I watch jump scares is when Jess McDonald's playing something, and then at least that way I get rewarded with
Bouncing
With what,
titties.
Kevin? Okay.
visuals and her, cursing. Right.
It'd be funny if she watched this and like knew that. That'd be great.
Why
I was going to say something really fucked up
out
after. I'm
next
just
time.
not going to.
If she does watch this, I will profess my undying
Dove for you.
dove.
For low cut tops.
Undying admiration, I was going to say. Love's a bit strong.
Aren't you going to get married though, guy?
Yeah, but that's part of his speech was,
Yeah, that's it.
just McDonald ever
That's right.
stood up in the aisle and said, no.
I object. I object. Yeah. No.
He's going to have one of those long lists of caveats.
Or like celebrity fuck lists or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone gets one.
Everyone gets one.
Well, at least your one's kind of attainable. She's in the country.
In the country.
And you
I-
met her.
And I've met her.
And you have met her already.
Wrapped said limbs around her at some stage. Yeah,
Bit of grinding.
it was a good night.
Stalkery. Stalkery.
Right, change the topic. Who's going?
Just quickly, we mentioned Destiny before.
Yeah.
Everyone, they say it's an MMO, but everyone's having now a whinge saying, hold on, do they even know what an MMO is? Basically, it's almost just like, again, I haven't played the beta or anything like that, so I don't know. I've watched a couple of videos of it, and it kind of just seems like small party sort of game sort of thing. So it doesn't actually seem like an MMO. Like that word gets thrown around a lot for things which aren't an MMO.
What are people expecting? Like
They're expecting like,
character build, kind of like World of Warcraft kind of thing?
yeah, that and
What
like
do you mean
a
if somebody
lot of-
refers to Skyrim as an MMO and it's like, no, it's not. Like that?
not.
Like that
Yeah.
bad?
yeah.
That's
Is
that's
Skyrim
horrible.
multiplayer?
No, it's not at all.
I think it's the fact that they
it's not
themselves as a studio haven't given it a classification of what it actually is that is kind of letting
Yeah.
people make their own mind up as to what it is. So yeah, you'll have some pockets of people go, it's an MMO. Some people say it's got RPG elements to it.
It does. I would say like a first-person RPG. It's not. I wouldn't even say first-person shooter. Just like first-person RPG, role-playing, fantasy.
FP, RPG, MMO.
There's no MMO.
MMO.
No MMO. No MMO.
Wait, so how many people are in the game?
GO.
Is it an
GGO.
open
Yeah,
world?
somebody got it.
LMNOP. Well, I mean, the channels that I've been watching recently have sort of gone into a bit of details to the PvP side of things. So,
Oh,
you know,
well,
your
that's
typical
part of MMO.
Halo deathmatch style kind of thing. Jay did a video on it just today about, you know, some of the things he would like to see changed, and from a PvP point of view.
Yeah, so PvP is not MMO. That's just normal first. That's just like Call of Duty, arcade, shoot 'em up or whatever.
Exactly.
But
This is for Destiny,
when I
right?
think, when I think of MMO, I think of hundreds of people all in the same
Yeah, I think of like
that
World
sort
of
of thing.
Warcraft.
Open world.
open
Yeah.
world. Apparently this is not like that at all.
Massively multiplayer.
It's just like small parties doing like the same sort of instance.
So it's like,
Interesting.
I don't know, like Borderlands. There's a 4-person party.
Yeah, like that.
I think we'll start to see the group size increase with obviously more people. So you'll have those community events where you will kind of gather in one spot in Russia or something, or Venus,
Russia.
and you know, take down one of these giant freaking mech spiders that I saw today, where you take out the limbs and you do other
The
stuff.
nylon.
The what?
The nylon. Oh, it was from The Simpsons.
Oh,
With his steam-powered spider.
I see.
Wait,
I don't
this thing
remember
had
that
a
part.
spider. Wasn't that from that
Wild
horrible
West.
fucking movie?
Yeah.
That's it.
God.
Wild West, yeah.
How bad was that?
That what's it, Will Smith himself turned down, instead of doing The Matrix, he turned down The Matrix to do Wild Wild West,
Did he?
and
What?
yeah, and has regretted it ever since.
What was he going to do in The Matrix? What
Was he
character?
Gonna be Neo.
No.
He was gonna be Neo.
That would have been a totally different movie.
Yeah, it would have been way different, but that's who he was supposed to go for.
Oh my god.
I'm looking that up. That sounds plausible.
So wait, would Morpheus have been Martin
Neo.
Lawrence if Will Smith?
That'd be really funny, but no, I'm pretty sure everybody else would have stayed the same. But
Okay.
Morpheus would have been like Philip Seymour Hoffman or something.
all they're gonna just do is change their skin colors.
Yeah.
Who's the hero and who's the mentor? But no, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm definitely sure about Will Smith turning that down and regretting it. But
Wow.
I don't know who else they would have cast if that happened.
All right, this has turned into a topic. So I've just pulled up a thing called 10 actors who passed on famous films. Oh, sorry,
Okay.
10 actors who passed on iconic movie roles. Typically, number 10 was Will Smith, Neo.
Oh,
There you go. Confirmation.
Will Smith passed on the role, as did Ewan McGregor.
Oh, that one. Interesting.
it would have been good as Neo.
Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. I wonder what it would have been like.
Cary Grant passed on James Bond. Oh, well. This is one of the more
Well,
famous
as a
ones.
Bond girl.
Oh, Lord of the
or
Rings?
As James Bond.
Yeah, Sean Connery passed on Gandalf.
That's right, and that's when he passed on that. He said, like, they asked him, well, why didn't you do it? It's so huge. And he's like, I didn't understand the script. And he's like, okay, well, I'm not going to do that again. And he said yes to League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh,
And that flopped so fucking hard, he just quit
right.
acting.
And I
Quit it.
think there was some merchandising.
What, he got some kind of deal?
There was a merchandising side of things as well.
for League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
No, as in like for Lord of the Rings, because I think like it might be just individual sort of actor contracts or something where it might be a profit share in any sort of like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how they
merchandise
get the
that
big
movie
money now.
generates. Yeah,
Alec Guinness actually got like the best out of every actor
Star
ever in
Wars.
Star Wars because he thought it was stupid, and was it George Lucas said, but I wrote this part for you. You have to be in it. And he did his part as Obi-Wan Kenobi, the old one. And as soon as he's done with that, it's like, well, I'm raking in the like all this money from here on in, that everything that Star Wars makes. So he's sitting pretty.
Oh yeah, well, he's
And he
dead.
still thinks it's a
Well,
stupid movie.
his family is sitting pretty.
What was another one? Daryl Hannah passed on Vivian in Pretty Woman, which Julie
I don't
Roberts
think that would have made much of a difference. No offense to any women actors out there.
Kill Bill. Kevin Costner passed on Bill.
Oh,
He actually passed on a roll.
Yeah.
He
who the
passed
fuck
on a
passes up on a roll
That's
from
like
Quentin
Nicolas Cage.
Tarantino?
Hey, Nicolas Cage doesn't pass on anything these days.
Cage doesn't. I know that Nick, what you just said, Kevin Costner passed on something huge so he could make his Waterworld movies.
Oh.
Waterworld and The Postman, which are basically the
Waterworld
exact
was
same thing.
mad.
I didn't mind Waterworld, but like
I
it
loved
flopped
that.
hard. But
Yeah, at the time,
turn
it
some-
was- it's a
But
cult
yeah,
classic
budget.
now.
big down.
It was the most expensive movie ever made at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I fucking loved that at seeing that at the movies, man.
What did
All
they
I remember
spend
from
it
that
on?
was-
It was just water.
Yeah. I think it was like,
Those props were pretty fucking hard to make.
yeah, make me a catamaran. All right.
No CGI there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What you see was
What was
Bill's.
that Mad Simpsons piss take? It's like, oh no, we are trapped in crazy clowns aqua world. It's so fucking funny. They're making the Radioactive Man comic book movie, and
Yes.
what's his name? Fucking Millhouse gets
Up and at them.
yeah, from that one. And there's this just
My
the
eyes,
scenes.
goggles, they do nothing.
I gotta find that episode. Gotta watch that again.
Al Pacino passed on Han Solo,
Wow.
as did Nick
What?
Nolte and,
Han Solo.
wait for it, Christopher Walken.
Wow.
Oh,
Walken.
I can see Nick Nolte as Han Solo just getting angry.
Really? Can you imagine Christopher
he does
Walken
the
though?
angry. No, Christopher Walken, no.
Oh, I
So
saw.
let me remind you about the scooching.
I actually
Scooch
saw a
Coast.
Children,
sketch.
come closer.
SNL, Kevin Spacey was a guest, and this was years ago.
Oh, he's great at it. He's so
Yeah,
good at
he-
that accent.
Yeah, he does it
Christopher
spot on.
Walken going for Han Solo. It's
Oh.
on YouTube. I know I've seen it, and it's just,
Really?
and-
It was
yeah,
on-
and
he did. He,
it's
he
just
made
one
an
of the
appearance on
sketches.
Letterman, and Letterman said, "Look, you know, we hear you do good voices and stuff." And he rattled off about 2 or 3.
Mm.
I think he did. I think he does a good John Lovitz as well.
I love it. Oh man, I thought the only person who could do his voice was him.
Yeah,
Good night. See, I can't even do that.
that was pretty good.
What was his name? Sheldon Sherman
In
in Simpsons. That character
what,
he did,
the
the
first,
movie reviewer.
he's played like 5 characters.
Oh yeah,
But,
Sherman.
the
The theatre
Arnie-
guy.
Arnie Ziff,
Artie Ziff. Yeah.
the boyfriend,
Yeah.
original boyfriend of Marge. Then, who else is there? He's also the director for Marge's play.
Yeah.
That's the one where it's like, good night, I think.
Yes.
I'm not going to stop doing that now. But who else is there? He also played the critic
Yeah.
when he had the
It
show Critic, and then
stinks.
he did the crossover.
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
That's right. There was at one point, yeah, when during that episode he walks in, like Homer brings him to the bar, and all of the characters he played are all at the bar drinking, and it's like,
Oh, really?
hey, let me
I'm gonna have
introduce
to
you
see
to the
that.
guys, and it's just him as all their, it's like, hello, or, you know, hello, sailor, or some shit, and he's like, yeah, and just you can just never see them ever again.
I'm gonna have to watch that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great ep.
Oh, James Garner passed away. The actor.
really?
Speaking of actor.
James
Actors.
Garner.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
right,
saw him
no,
on-
yeah, he was in the Godfather, wasn't he?
I don't think it was
The guy who gets killed at the end by the...
God, spoilers, Ron. Jesus.
Oh, it's a really, really old movie.
It's like Titanic. It sinks. God, fucking
Really old movie.
spoilers, Ron. It's Titanic.
It
would've
stinks.
thought?
It stinks. It stinks.
It's one of those movies when you're a kid, you know you've seen it, but you can't remember it, but you've watched it because you like everybody's parents would have loved it. Jane, yeah, I just need to make sure that it's the right guy.
The right old guy.
Well, whilst you're finding that, I want to give
Oh no, it's not him. It's not him.
the promised shout out and message of thanks to Ben that managed to fix my fucking PC. Adobe, why do you make a program so reliant on one particular thing and then
You didn't update Adobe? That's like half the IT guy's job.
No, it was the exact opposite of that. It was Windows Update that was causing the issue, which meant Premiere Pro wasn't uploading. Wasn't opening.
Weird.
Literally, it was the weirdest thing ever. Like, it was just working normally. Then all of a sudden, Windows is like, yeah, I need to do an update. The update wouldn't work. And then Adobe just would not open. We tried, like, for 2 weeks.
Meanwhile, I'm on the phone to fucking Nassim, who took remote access of my computer. I need to open up some Windows Update and see just a list of all these failed updates. And I, at the time, thought, oh, God, please don't look at this because, you know, I can just tell you're going to use this as an out to get off the phone.
Looking for an out, yeah.
Yeah, you spent the best part of 45 minutes on the phone to me. And it's like, I think you need to fix your Windows Update and then give us a call back.
Who's Nassim?
This is Adobe
Tech support.
tech support.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gave a guy over the phone remote access to your computer?
Yeah.
If I've caught them, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. And because of the contract that we're on at work, where we've got like 10 licenses with 2 computers per license, like it's all above board. It's fine. And I could see everything he was doing. So all he was doing was looking at Windows Update and going, "You need to fix this." So then the task turned to fixing up Windows Update, which Ben came around last week, and we tried in vain to do various different things. And
yeah, we tried for a few hours, tried like a lot of things.
And then the overclocker guys came to the rescue. Ben was sort of filtering me information through that came through from that. So,
yeah, we still tried after that. We tried about 5 separate techniques, and the 5th or 6th one got it.
yeah.
So it was just a matter of having all the updates done.
Well,
But no, that's the thing. The update wouldn't work. It'd install, it'd reset, and then it'd just go, I don't like this update.
Oh, and that was
Revert.
because you didn't do the other updates first, was it?
No, there was just
Oh, there
something
was
wrong
just
with
too
it.
many at the same time.
well, no, it was just the one service pack update that was just kept on
78
screwing up.
megs. 78 megs just would not install.
Wow.
And then by the time you would turn the computer off in order for it to install, it would get to about 11% and then just shit itself and then go, can't do it, reverting changes. And then, that's pretty much what it's done on a daily basis for the last couple of months. But again, it wasn't impeding my ability to log into Premiere Pro until 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So Benny to the rescue. So again, thank you, buddy.
That reminds me, Ben, you got to help me out with my one now.
Yeah, no worries. Just,
Now that you're free,
yeah.
because
Got
it's
too
making,
many porn pop-ups.
making a high-pitched squealing noise that is driving me absolutely insane.
Is it?
Yeah.
When you use it,
You sure it's not your
when
neighbor?
you play a game, or is it just as soon as you turn it on?
It's on all the time. It is like once it's on, it's just doing it. It's doing it right now, but it's like really high pitched, so you can't really hear it.
All the local dogs in the neighborhood have come around.
Yeah, they're all barking. But yeah, it's just driving me nuts, and
That's cool. I'll fix
I
it.
need to upgrade it anyway. But
I'll fix it.
probably want you to have a look, and I can repay you back with a hand job with my mouth.
Good. That's what Gavin did, so
That's
he
it.
set the bar.
That's it. Consistency.
I thought
is key.
all it was just that shout out just then.
Hey, do you want a
It's not
random
gonna be as
topic?
good as the mouth hand job
A mound
or
job.
mouth job.
Do you want a
Boy,
random
Jay.
topic that I experienced today?
Sure.
Sure do.
Have you ever picked up a hitchhiker before?
No.
No. I've stopped
And
pretended I was going to pick them up
And then driven off.
and off.
That was a good day.
That's
then.
like, at least I
Scumbag.
made it really, really clear that I was going to murder them once they were in the car.
6-minute abs.
So there I
how'd you
was
go?
coming back from Bunnings this afternoon and get to the lights up near...
Wait, just 1 second. You're kind of Marrickville way, right? And the Bunnings, like, is it very far? Like,
Yeah,
didn't
were you
Bunnings
going to
in
go
West
out of your
Side?
way to drop this guy off?
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to go to the Bunnings in Queensland. Just like Bunnings, just like in a neighboring area.
Well, aside from giving the details of where I live, Ron, thanks for that.
You did it like a couple episodes ago.
Did I?
Yeah.
I think he edited that part out.
Okay. No, I was coming back from Bunnings on the way home to Marrickville. And there's a pub on the corner of the Princess Highway and Canal Road. And a guy just comes out. It looks like he's just like
That
finished.
one. You know how bad that fucking pub is?
Oh, apparently it's got a good schnitzel, but it's divey as fuck. But
It is a fucking shocker. A mate of mine was a manager there.
yeah,
It is fucking dreadful.
Why? Do
Anyway,
they just like
continue.
not care about the food and stuff?
Yep. All
Like,
of that, the way they clean all of their taps. They don't. When you change like a keg, after a while, you've got to like filter like this special stuff through it.
Yeah, you got to
Building
flush
taps
the
on-
line.
Yeah, you got to flush the lines. When they did that, they weren't filtering it out properly. So drinking that shit will give you like brain damage, like, and just the way people got paid and where you got treated there, real bad. And the place is a fucking shithole too, because it's like on like a main highway, and it's kind of just like in between suburbs, because you've got the container port in Canal Road there, and then it's out of Newtown, way further down from like Newtown, and it's just, yeah, it's a shithole.
it's not Tempe, but it's not
Yeah,
Botany, and it's not St.
Rockdale.
Peter's.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Anyway,
a bit industrial.
So now we've just fucked their reputation.
it was already fucked.
I'm sitting there at the lights, and a guy come out, looked like he just come out after a youngish guy. It looked like he belonged in Newtown, and he sort of pulled up the collar on his jacket, and
Pop this color.
eh?
Pop this color.
Yeah, and he had this weird face that he was just looking at me as I was sat there in the left end in the lane.
Hey, maybe he was a fan.
He was obviously he knew exactly what I looked like. He looked at me, and then I looked away, and then I looked back, and he was still looking at me.
His dick was out.
But he was waiting for that extended sort of look where he
Oh,
could
yeah.
he could mime some sort of do you mind if I jump in the back and you give me a lift? Mime action. At what point
Did you seriously give him a lift?
No, fuck no.
Oh god, okay, cool.
I was going to say, are you in a
You don't even
basement
give
right
me a
now?
lift. So.
Are you about to become a lamp?
No, it was kind of like, and I was kind of like, I had my sort of stern face on at the time anyway, just because I was trying to
fucking
figure out
kill
why
you.
this fucking weirdo was looking at me. So I had my stern face on anyway, and I gave him the most hard-ass, like, slow shake of the head to say, no, you are not getting in my fucking car. You
Don't
Wait,
even
you
look at me.
tinted
Don't even look
windows.
at my
fucking
car.
weirdo. And as
Keep
soon as
looking
I
at
like
me.
finished my like second nod without breaking eye contact, he kind of just like realized exactly what he'd asked. And maybe, on the 10th occasion he would have asked someone at that set of lights and someone would have given him a lift. But fucking hell, I was like, dude, you do realize what world we live in. No one's gonna pick your ass up from a street corner after just coming out from the pub and go, yeah, for sure. Yeah, let me take you wherever you need to go, buddy.
Yeah.
Following on
it's
from
odd.
that, two stories. A mate of my brother's, that's how I know about the stuff about that pub. He was the manager there. He was closing up one night, and basically they have, I don't know if we should be saying this. Anyway, they have a safe upstairs, and that's where you put all the money from overnight. You keep it in the safe or whatever.
Of course.
The place was closed, and he heard someone walking up the stairs behind him, and he thought that was just another employee. And as he has his back to the door and he's putting everything in safe, he closes the safe up, and then he's like, the door swing open, and he thinks it's his mate who's working there. So he pushes like back without turning around, just like arches his back sort of thing, and like pushes the person behind him. Person falls down the stairs. He's like, oh shit. It wasn't his workmate. They were getting fucking robbed.
Oh,
There was a
yeah.
robber coming up the stairs to get into the safe, and you've just pissed off this robber by pushing him down a flight of stairs.
So did he
probably
get up
what
and have
you
his
wanna
ass handed
do,
to him,
right?
or it was like
Yeah. Oh,
unconscious?
he's a pretty big guy, so I can't remember what happened after that. I'm pretty sure he can handle himself.
Nice.
So yeah, but imagine doing that. Like, end of the night, you're the manager there, and you've just pissed off a robber by accidentally pushing him down a flight of stairs.
Hey. But the thing is, I love how it's, you've pissed off the robber, but it's like, wait, hold on. This is my fucking house.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
pissed
exactly.
me off, all right? You start running, and I like won't call the cops immediately. Get your fucking ass out of here.
Thing is, man, if you get robbed, if you're in a business and you get robbed, fucking give them the money. It's all
Yeah, no, that's true.
insured.
But how did they know about the safe upstairs? I mean, that must be some kind of insider shit.
Oh, who knows? He probably didn't know. He just probably just going upstairs anyway.
It was
I
his
really don't
idea.
know. Yeah, I really don't know. And then my second story, speaking of picking up hitchhikers, my girlfriend, she used to work for like a catering company. And every now and then there'd be like one that's really far away. So like out of Palm Beach, which in Sydney is just over an hour away. And really nice area. Anyway, she finished the catering job at about 2 a.m. in the morning in the middle of winter. So at that time of night on the roads, there's like fog. She's probably going to get pissed when I tell this story. It really pisses me off.
Out with it.
She's driving home and it's about 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning down this foggy road. And out of nowhere, this guy starts waving his arms and telling her to stop and that he needs a lift. So obviously my girlfriend, whose heart is bigger than her brain, lets him in and gives him a lift home to like fucking Wollongong or some shit.
So
What?
past where she needed to go as well.
So she went out of her way.
Yep.
Wow.
And picked up some complete stranger at 2:30 in the morning on a foggy highway.
Covered in blood.
Yeah, I mean, besides the cover in
Cocaine
blood
out.
part, yeah, that is like pretty fucking like horror movie beginnings. sort of thing.
Was he saying anything? Like, was he just breathing heavy? He was like,
No, and she said that he was like a completely normal guy, but I was just like, yeah, I wouldn't even stopped to even find that if he was a completely normal guy out first, I would have just fucking kept on driving.
wow. I mean, like
Yeah.
that's like at that time and as well. It's just like that's just freaky.
Yeah,
But, you know, good on her for doing it, I suppose, and glad she's still with us.
yeah, I'm glad she didn't get raped or murdered or anything like that. So
Yeah.
that's a plus, but yeah.
The closest thing I did was I've hitchhiked myself only because I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where I'm at. Just like I just need to go down there, and I sit there and just crack jokes with them. Then I get out. Thank you so much. Bye. But like that's nothing. And like, but one time I was going just went down to the it's like 9 a.m. in the morning, and I just go down to the local gas station, just put some fuel in, and then pull some cash out, and then I jump in the car and then pull down the main road near where I live. And as I'm going down, a couple girls run out into the street. There's like cars everywhere. This is 9 in the morning. There's people everywhere, buses, all this shit.
I
they
thought you were
run
going to
out-
say someone hopped in your car while you're filling it up and you're paying.
Oh,
I
You
had
got down the
someone try
road
to
and
do
someone
that.
was just like, hello.
when they look at me, I don't think I'm trustworthy enough to be like, I can get away with this with that guy.
I've had drunk girls try to do that in the city.
Oh, really?
Sure,
Were
Chris.
they playing it down like, oh, no, man, it's funny. It's like, fuck you.
No, they're just tired of waiting and they want a lift. So
Oh,
they always
okay.
try to jump in.
Jeez. Were you like, hey, get the fuck out of my car?
No, I kept the doors locked.
Oh, that's good. They didn't rape you. I'm glad you didn't get raped, Chris.
Thanks.
But yeah, two girls just run out into the street and they're waving their arms and they look desperate. And one of them looks like they've been crying. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? What's going on? Like, are they being chased or something? And just one of them just like very confidently walks up to the passenger side door and just goes straight for the handle, right? And just keeps on trying like, oh yeah, I know you. Hop in. Shit, sorry. Let me just unlock that. I put the window down a little. I'm just like, hey, what's wrong? It's like, can you please help us? We're really late. We need to get to the station. I'm like, the station just there, like a block, 2 blocks away. It's like, yes, please. Like, you're shitting me, right? And I basically, I didn't yell at them. I did unlock the doors. I'm like, just go. You like, this is like, I'm in traffic. You're not
The
going
more
to
you're
get there any
talking to
faster
me,
than
the
me.
less you're getting down there.
Yeah. Like you actually walking those 2 blocks is going to get you there faster than me. I'm at a red light right now. That's why I stopped. And then I was always like, why are you asking me? And there's heaps of people. There were cabs. There was a bus that was like right in front of me. And that was just really odd. The girls were pretty hot though. So I boned the shit out of them and buried their bodies behind the 7-Eleven. That's now a Killer burger. Funny that. Killer burger.
Good man.
Wow. Well, I think on the topic of rape and murder, we might finish up today's podcast.
Oh, but there's so many more stories.
Wow, that in itself is terrifying. But it means we have material for show 30, which is next week. This was show
Holy shit,
29.
30. We're at the 30?
We're at the 30.
Crap.
So
We're middle-aged.
18 was where we could, buy alcohol. 25, we could hire a
Car, was it?
car in North America and I suppose the world. And 30 is where we consider buying a 1989 MX-5
Ooh.
Oh, I already...
I get it. Midlife crisis.
with the top down.
I'm getting a Harley.
Yeah, I'll go for the Harley. MX-5 I've already done.
I had my midlife crisis car at 27, I think, unfortunately.
Apparently
get?
all of my cars have been midlife crisis cars.
None of your cars have been sensible, Chris.
No, that's why I have to drive around with the doors locked and I don't stop for anyone.
Don't stop for hitchhikers, that's for sure.
No, or carjackers.
I always stop for carjackers.
That's probably not a good idea. All right, well, that was show 29. Thanks for listening. As always, you can find us on iTunes. You can also find us on quadfeed.podbean.com. And also, thankfully, now my computer's back in action, you can find us on youtube.com/SkeelsyShoota. So there'll be more content on there in the coming weeks. As always, thanks very much to Ron, Benny, and the return of the prodigal son, Chris. Hopefully we'll have a full show next week for you as well. In the meantime, give this a like if you're on YouTube. And subscribe on my iTunes subscription feed as well. And that way you'll be kept up to date when all the new episodes come through. I guess that'll do it for today. And we'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Hi.
Bye.